We made it. It's Friday, and I'm really excited about the. Oh, forgot I was using this flashlight as a symbol for the sun yesterday. I had just finished my Thursday video, in the basement with the guinea pigs, showing the light that's shining on the sun, from the sun on the earth, lighting up that side of the earth. Anyhow, today we're talking about something new. I got to get through this video because I know Mrs. Ehrlinger needs help unpacking the groceries. What do you know about the moon? Well, last night I was walking the dogs and I looked up in the sky and I saw the most beautiful thing. It was that star we're talking about, the biggest, shiniest star in the sky called the sun. Well, I took a picture of it. It's really hard to take a picture of during the day, but at nighttime, kind of not so bad. I was walking my dogs and I saw this clearing and I took a photograph and I put it on the Nearpod so you can take a look at that. There's like 3 of them, some are a little closer than others, but it's kind of beautiful. There's really nothing that could show you how beautiful it really is when you're looking at it. Like a picture, a photograph is great, but it's not the same as looking at it really with your eyes or in a telescope, something like that. So what do we know about the moon? Well, let's think about what you see in the sky at night. We've been talking a lot about that this week. What do we see in the sky at night? You've probably seen the moon. Have you ever wondered what the moon is like? Well, it looks like this. Rocks and soil fill the moon. Oh, what are those bumps? Oh, wait, we don't call them bumps. There's a new science word today called a crater. And we don't hide the scary, big science words from you. Crater is going to be one of our vocabulary words. The moon is not like the Earth. The moon has rocks and soil, but it does not have air or any living things. That means any plants. It has no people, has no animals, humans, nobody. Ice has been found on the moon, and they looked very closely at rocks. And they decided that by just looking at the inside parts of the rocks, they learned something. They learned that once there used to be water on the moon. Not anymore. Can't find any. Anyhow, let's move on. Groceries are here. Look at the picture of the surface of the moon right here. You can see craters. Oh, and then it's highlighted in yellow. You're going to notice a lot of the vocabulary is highlighted in yellow. Those are the important words to remember or think about. A crater is just a hole in the ground that's shaped like a bowl. Oh, so I can say my dog digs craters in the backyard? He does it all the time. Keep yelling at him. A crater is a hole in the ground that is shaped like a bowl. These craters were made long ago when rocks from outer space crashed into the moon. Isn't that amazing? What does the moon look like to you? Well, it can look differently. And they call those differences phases. Okay? I went through phases as a kid. I went through like a skateboard phase where I was like, yo, I'm a skater, dude. Then I went through another phase when I listened to rock and roll, and I painted my own guitar and I used to pretend to play. Well, this is a phases are different sides of the moons. This is a phase where you only see a tiny, tiny banana. That's the shape of one. And then the quarter moon, you see less than half. And then this is more than half, you can see. And then the most beautiful round shape is the full moon. What does the moon look like to you? It may look at it like it has different shapes every day. The moon seems to change shape because you only see the part that's shining on it. The rest of the moon looks dark to you. The shapes that you see are called the phases of the moon. There's that yellow highlighter again. These pictures show some of the moon's phases. It takes about a month to see all the different phases of the moon. Wow, pretty interesting stuff. So the phases of the moon. I always thought that's kind of like a light bulb. You flick the switch and the moon lights up. That's not true. That's not a fact. The sun's light shines onto the moon, and then we look at the moon in the sky. And however much the Earth is blocking that light or not blocking that light, that's how much we see of the moon. And those are called phases. So if the Earth's not in the way and the sun's shining on the moon, you're going to see that right there. You're going to see the full moon. if the Earth's blocking the sun and the moon, see, the moon spins around the Earth, okay? So while it's spinning around, you're going to see different parts of the moon. It's not always going to be a full moon. You can't have this one day and this the next day. It takes a whole month for it to change from this to this or this to this. Those are called the phases of the moon. So what are craters? Craters are like holes like my dog digs in the backyard, only on the moon. How'd they get there? Well, these giant things came flying down, rocks from outer space, crashing into the moon, making those holes. And what are the shapes of the moon that we can see? Well, they're called phases. And besides the moon phases, we talked about a lot of other things in the nighttime sky this week. We talked about the stars. We talked about things when the stars come together. In our ELA book this week, we talked about the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is the shape of a spoon. If you connect the dots with the stars in the sky, it will make the shape of a spoon. And there's these astronomers, people that study the sky, they came up with a whole bunch of them. Well, oh, actually, that guy looks like some guy with a sword, and he's like holding a shield, and that's his belt, called Orion's belt. You can look these things up and try to connect the dots when you're looking up in the sky when it's dark out. So anyhow, I'm going to end it today. Tomorrow is Friday, so I know we're looking forward to that. And we will finish up with the whole review of the week. And I hope you guys have a super night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Adios. It's the sun signing off.